Welcome to another episode of Reasonably Shady. I am Jazelle Bryant.
What's up? What's up? I'm Robyn Dixon. Thank you for being here once again.
Woo! 2025.
Yes. 2025. Five.
2025 coming in hot.
Oh my gosh. 2024 went out hot.
Yes. And it hasn't stopped. It hasn't stopped. Okay. First and foremost, let's get into our shady moment. Do you have a shady moment?
Yeah, so I'll just give myself the shady moment of I don't know, the holiday season. I told you this already, but I'm telling the people, I did not put Christmas decorations up at all.
Wait. Let me stop you. When you told me this, I said, Robyn, this is before Christmas. I said, Robyn, get to it. Now is the time. So you decided, okay, no.
No, I didn't. The only thing, so it's so crazy. I had intentions on putting them up the day after Thanksgiving, right?
Right.
And that didn't happen. And then, so since that didn't happen, it just never happened. And then the closer we got to Christmas, my kids were like, so are we really not putting decorations up? And I was like, oh, y'all care? I didn't know y'all care. I didn't know it was important to you guys like that. So they're like, yeah. They're like, well, where do the gifts go? And I was like, oh, I'm like, okay, so y'all really only care about the gifts. You're like, if we don't have a Christmas tree, I can't just put gifts on the floor. I can't put them by the fire.
No, you cannot. It's ridiculous.
So
but have you explained to the people that you're Miss Christmas? Typically your house is decorated head to toe, inside, outside, the whole thing. What happened? Miss Christmas?
I don't know. So weird. It's so funny when I told you that. You were like, are you depressed or something? I was like, no, it just Thanksgiving was so late into, I don't know, this is an excuse. I'm like, maybe I should, let me not make an excuse, but I just feel like it just, the month of December was just it just.
What happened? What was the month of December? Okay.
Combined with, I'm going to put it on, I have a whole new business that has taken up my attention.
Yeah.
My, the basketball schedules, the school schedules got me all over the place, and I just couldn't get it together. But no Christmas decorations. I did finally bring up this one lit tree? I don't know. It's pre-lit tree. It's it was just branches. It's not a tree. I did bring that up to put Christmas gifts underneath. I mean, but it was, yes, so terrible.
Okay,
so yeah. But I can say I am so happy that I don't have to take them down. It's January.
Okay. Robyn, no. You cannot do this. Next year. No. Next year you cannot do this. Okay. Next year we're gonna need a tree. We're gonna need inside, outside, ornaments, the whole thing.
I know. Yeah, next year I'm gonna do it big. Next year I'm gonna hire someone and they're gonna light my whole house, everything.
Yes.
I'm gonna do it next year.
Yeah, that is my expectation out of the Dixon home. My expectation is not you have a tree, a tabletop tree that you put on the floor for the kids to put presents under. That's just absurd.
So bad. I was like, how did I get here? I don't know. But
I mean, we know you're a working woman and all, and you working. 2024, you weren't on Potomac, but you was working.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I had this is real work. This is for the rest of my life work. So
yes. Okay, my shady moment. My shady moment was actually, I think I'm shady. So, but that's, par for the course. Okay, so traveling, and I'm still here now, traveling to, for the holidays, I came to St. Barths, which I'm totally in love with this place.
Yeah, and you were there last year, right? That's where you went last year.
Yeah. And by the time the people see this, I'll be back home. So they'll be trying to knock on my door when I'm not home.
Yeah,
people.
exactly.
Anyway,
Exactly.
so in order for me to get here, I had to fly from DC to Puerto Rico. And then you take a little, not prop plane, but like a little 10-seater plane from Puerto
Mm-hmm.
Rico to St. Bart's. Shout out to
Mm-hmm.
Tradewinds Air Aviation. They're amazing. Okay.
Okay.
So we get to Puerto Rico, and Tradewinds has like its own little lounge, and they very much take care of you. And we're sitting there, and my flight was at 4:00 p.m., right?
Okay.
And I know St. Bart's well enough to know that at nighttime, because St. Bart's Airport is literally like a strip, like a
Mm,
strip,
yeah. Yeah.
like like a strip that's in your backyard. Like
Like
it's nothing.
like in Portugal, where we landed in Portugal.
Yes, probably
Madeira.
smaller.
Okay.
So they don't have flights coming in at night, so you got to get in there before the sun comes down, right?
Okay.
So the guy comes to me. He's like, "Oh my gosh, Miss Bryan, I want you to know that there's been an accident in St. Bart's. There was a plane crash in St.
Oh no.
Bart's, and they
Oh my
have
God.
closed the airport.
Oh
Okay.
no.
So we're trying to get you out, but if we can't, then we don't have to fly to St. Martin's, and you got to have to take a boat to St. Bart's." And I was like, I'm not doing that. Giselle not
No.
doing that. So,
Yeah.
so I didn't give a damn about the plane crash. Like I didn't care. I didn't say, "Is everyone okay?"
Are the people
I
okay?
didn't say what happened. I didn't say, "Oh my gosh, was anyone injured?" I said nothing. I
Oh my God.
said, "You're gonna fix this, and you're gonna get me to St.
Oh
Bart's
my.
today." And then I realized I am the worst. Like I
Yeah.
did not care
Some
at
people want
all.
your life. Right. Right. You like,
Okay,
okay, what about me?
right,
What?
right. I was like, next, I don't care. Like, actually, I was like, kind of like, push the accident off to the side and let's get this back up
And like,
and running. Terrible. Turns out, no one was hurt. I did find
okay,
out
good.
later, no one was
Okay.
hurt. And it was really like the landing gear didn't work. So the plane kind of like belly flopped onto the runway. And yes, I'm sure the plane is tore up, but everybody fine. So I really
Okay.
wasn't that shady, but I was straight up like, I don't give a damn about the plane crash.
Now,
Get
what if
me
you
to
had found out? Yes. Now, what if you had found out people actually lost their lives? Would you have been like, oh shit?
I would have
Like,
cared. I would have cared.
like,
But
forgive me, Lord, please. Like,
I know. Later on, I was like, oh my God, that was horrible. That was
right.
horrible.
Yes. That would have been really bad. That would have been really bad. But thank God no one was hurt. And
Yes.
you're a horrible person.
Yes. And I was like the last, so we landed, and right behind us was another flight, and then that was it. Like we were done.
Yeah.
They were done. I got in right in the nick of time. So I'm here. It's beautiful. Kids are happy. Life is good. And I
Very good.
realized I'm telling the people I'm shady. Like I realized, like I didn't care at all. Like that was shady.
When did you realize that was like kind of fucked up?
Once I got to St. Bart's safely that night, I said,
Okay.
"Ooh, you know what? I didn't care at all."
Right.
And there was a little lady that I was talking to next to me. She didn't care either.
You
Okay.
care
There
either.
was actually no one in Puerto Rico cared, but we all made it in safe. All is well. And
Okay.
everybody's, no one got hurt.
Yes.
No one got hurt.
All right. Very good.
Thank the Lord. Okay.
Next time, take a moment to think about
I know.
other people who might be affected.
I know.
But
I do kind of think about you a little bit. But because you would never have, that would have never been your first thought, ever.
No. What? To like worry about myself?
Yes.
Or no. I'm like, oh my God, I hope everybody's okay. Oh no, okay. All right, I'll be patient. I'll wait. Well, I'll get there when I get there. We have not, if I don't get there today, I'll get there tomorrow. It's fine.
I was
That
like,
would have been me.
I was like, clean the crash site up. My plane.
You are there for like 10 days, right? So missing one, you would have been fine. Okay.
Very true. Very true. Anyway, couple things. So one, Giselle Bryant is going on tour. Um, 21 Shady Questions is coming to a city near you. I'm starting in Anaheim on February 5th, I think. And those tickets are going to go on sale very shortly. And then I go to Houston and then New York. And then we're throwing in Dallas and Charlotte and New Orleans. So
Woo!
I went to Chicago first. Y'all acted like y'all loved me. So if y'all don't like the fact that I'm going on tour, it's y'all's fault because 21 Shady Questions is coming to you.
All right. That's exciting. So what's the dates? What are the dates?
February. Anaheim is February. So I'm doing West Coast because West Coast, y'all been like, when are you coming to the West Coast? When are you coming to the West Coast? February 5th is Anaheim, and the 10th is Houston. The 26th is New York. And then Chicago, Dallas. I'm sorry, Dallas, Charlotte, New Orleans. I'm working on that now. So it'll be in the month of February.
Wow, a whole tour. Okay.
Yes. And I'm telling the people right now, because everybody's like, where's Robyn? Where's Robyn? Robyn can jump in whenever she wants. Okay? Jump in.
Okay. Yeah. I'll let you have your moment, your tour.
Okay. Thank you, Robyn. Yeah. But just know, the invitation's there.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. All right. Okay. Awesome. Can we talk about you? When are we going to talk about you?
What's there to talk about me for?
Robyn, I scroll on my Instagram and there's a full billboard of you in Times Square. Traitors.
Oh,
how excited was I?
I'm like, what did I do? That was so awesome. So New Year's Eve, I'm sitting on my couch, minding my business.
What you love to do.
What I love to do in my happy place. And Andrew Cohen sends me a text message with a picture of this billboard. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I'm like, I'm in Times Square on New Year's Eve. I've always wanted to go to Times Square for New Year's Eve, and now I'm there. So that was awesome. That was like really, I don't know. It was so weird. I'm like, why is this like the coolest thing I've ever done? Like, why is this? Like, I was on Potomac for how many years? 8 years.
Yeah.
We had Nicki Minaj host our reunion. And like, I don't know, when I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the coolest thing ever. So
yeah, I literally was like, I like gasped. I was like, yes. So I'm so pumped. And then I'm like, do I need to do Traitors so I can get a billboard? Like,
yep. Exactly. Yes.
Okay. I didn't know Andy sent that to you. I just assumed that they sent out assets, like they sent out everybody's.
No, okay. I wouldn't have known that was there had he not sent that to me. And you know, apparently I saw like a picture. Another Traitor, they put a picture in their on their page or their story of the same thing. So I guess it probably, you know, in Times Square, those billboards are digital, and so they just like rotate. So I don't think it was just like that billboard was just me. I think it was like switching people out.
Yeah, no, of course. But like for Andy to like take that picture and send it to you, I think that's amazing. I think that he misses you just as much as everybody else does on Potomac. And, you know, he's probably, I'm sure a part of him is always like, these women who are housewives will always be like his babies, so to speak. So I'm sure he's like super proud.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he saw, like, I'm sure that excited him to see any housewife on those billboards. So yeah. But I was just like, oh, that is so cool. Like to be on, and that was like a pretty big billboard. It was, you know, because they have smaller ones and all that. Like that was a nice billboard. But I was like, wow, like Traitors is like, they're Peacock and Traitors, and they're putting a lot of money behind this show for real. But
well, it's good. Everybody's into it. It's good. The numbers are through the roof. Yeah. So okay, so wait. So
that our season is really good. So
okay, so and when does it? Because I started. It didn't premiere yet, right?
No, it premieres January 9th.
Okay, perfect.
They did release like the first 7 minutes of the first episode.
Okay, so that's what I saw. Okay, so people on social media were like, "Oh, they're trashing Tom Sandoval. I'm so happy," and I'm like, "Wait a minute, what am I missing?"
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm dialed in.
Yeah. So in the first 7 minutes, that's like, everyone's arrival and all of that type of stuff. So it's like not a ton happened, but it was just exciting just to see like, okay, the show started. And then yes, when people saw Tom Sandoval, they were like, I think it was Nikki Garcia says to Gabby, who is from The Bachelorette, like, oh, I'm not talking to him. Something like that. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Nikki Garcia, is she like the Bella twins?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I really like them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so is she the twin that's getting a divorce?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. I like, not that I can really tell them apart, but I like both of them. I think that they are they're super cool, and they've been able to kind of just like lead their own way.
I mean, they had the job that I wanted. I wanted to be a WWE wrestler. Like that would have been. I still am like, I asked my kids, I'm like, do you think I could do that like today? And they're like, yeah.
Robyn, you wanted to be on SmackDown. You wanted to be Robyn Dixon, SmackDown. Okay, what is your WWE name? Because they all have like names, right?
Oh my gosh. Okay. What was my WWE name?
I think you're like
it's gotta be like something.
the Terminator, Robyn.
The Terminator.
Or Robyn, the rambunctious killer.
I have to have like a
WWE.
Yes. Yes, I want to drop kick people. I want to put them in a full Nelson. Listen, my brother prepared me for this. Okay.
Yes, he did. And wait a minute, and your kids, they keep all your skills like together,
Yes,
right?
Because up to date.
Yes.
So I could put them in the.
I'm here for it.
Put them in a figure four. I know how to do all those moves. So
okay, I actually have no idea what you're talking about.
I know,
but I'm down.
I know. So anyway, yeah. So she has a cool job. So she was married to like or engaged to John Cena. Do you remember him? And they had a show together. They had I think they had a show on E together. And then she was on like Dance with the Stars. She married her partner. They had a kid. And then recently, it was kind of like really sad to see, this was after Traitors. They had like some big incident where like the police came and there were charges filed, domestic violence charges, and she filed for divorce. So she's going through that right now, which, is really sad that she had to do that. And she actually had like disappeared off of the internet for a while, and she finally came back. So,
and so who's the kid by? The Dancing with the Stars guy?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize he was Dancing with the Stars.
Artem, I think.
I don't know. And her sister, her twin sister, what's her name?
Bella.
Okay, that's right. All right. Well, we wish her the best. Anyway, enough about her. Let's get back to Robyn Dixon on Traitors. Cannot wait. Do not miss it. It is January 9th on Peacock. As a matter of fact, okay, and we're gonna get to the nitty gritty of this. I don't know who has done the research, but apparently there's been some research done about Peacock subscribers, and it's very low with the African American community. So y'all stop being cheap and get your subscription. Okay? The end. Stop being cheap.
And Peacock had like this really great special. I can't remember what it was. I know I posted it one day, but it was like, I don't know, you could get like, was it like $19.99 for the year? It was something crazy. I don't know. So yes.
Or call your provider and see if you can just get it rolled in or something. Like, there's ways to kind of not necessarily get around it, but like it not be such a big deal. Or how about just get cable, because y'all are just stealing from your aunties and you're stealing from your next door neighbor, and like you're stealing from, I think one of my daughters is like using somebody's password from like, not Peacock, but for some other streaming from like 3 boyfriends removed, and she's still using it. Oh God, get your own. Just get your own.
Okay? I know. Yes. Yeah, but if you don't have to, why should you? I don't know.
I mean, I hear that. But
I'm the one. I subscribe to like everything, And then all of our family is like, hey, can I get the login? So like my mama
Yeah.
has a Netflix login. My brother-in-law has our, what does he have? Amazon and Disney. Like, I don't, I'm the one that people come to and they're like, what's the
Right.
login? Like, okay, here, it's fine.
And,
Cause
and I'm all acting like I'm, what do you call it?
cheap.
The duty and high and mighty. When I
Yeah.
got a bootleg Hulu and I got a bootleg
There,
Apple.
there you go. There you go.
Yeah, I
There you
got
go.
some bootleg too. And then people like my kids really want my passwords and stuff. I'm like, nope, because I know what you're
No,
gonna do. You're gonna give it to other people. It's a no.
right. Yeah. That is the thing. It's like, because someone asked me for, dang, I can't remember what it was. It was a password to something. And I was like, no, like you can't have my password because then you're going to like be in my shit. Like it was connected to like another account. And it's like,
Oh, yeah,
you know what I
no.
mean? I can't remember what it was. Damn.
No.
I need
You
to
gotta say
remember.
no to these people.
Yeah. But I was like, no, because you're going to be in here transferring money at some point. I'm
Yeah.
like,
And I
all
really want to tell people we're not even friends. I don't even like you. So yeah, no.
right.
It's a no.
Right.
Woo. All
Can we?
right. Well, we would be
Oh,
remiss if we did not discuss what the whole world has seen. It was a short movie. It was pretty much in black and white, the whole
30
thing.
minutes. Yes.
And the movie went from a crash site to a police car to a police station.
Yes.
The movie's entitled Fix Your Wig. That's what the movie's.
Wig on the run.
Wigalicious.
Where my wig go?
Where's your forehead?
Yo, we see your forehead.
Wig in the back of the head. Like, it's terrible. Oh my gosh. Woo!
So, if you live under a rock, we're talking about Karen Huger from the Real Housewives of Potomac, who was finally vindicated with a video of her.
Did you say finally vindicated? The
Finally
vindication happened. Who was vindicated? The streets of Potomac or Karen? Who was vindicated?
Listen, I haven't watched the season, but when I saw that people said that she claimed she was going to be vindicated, I was like,
Ma'am.
if this is being vindicated, I don't want to see what being guilty is. Like,
Well, you saw Guilty. Actually,
right.
there was the mini movie called Where Your Wig At is like guilty, like as charged. You're guilty
Oh,
as charged.
yes. So,
I mean, so many, we're laughing, but like, it's very, very sad. It's just sad, right?
you know, I mean, it's very sad. I hate to say it though. I don't think those that are familiar with that person were shocked by what we saw. I know what I saw. I was like, yeah, that's par for the course. Like, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked by the nonsense coming out of the mouth. I'm not shocked by the denials and the deflections and, that apparently were happening from the jump. Not surprised. Just,
Well, I actually was surprised that it was that bad because I filmed a season with her, because she was talking about she's going to be vindicated and vindicated
right.
and vindicated. So I was literally like, in your right mind, you don't say that you're going to be vindicated and you know that video exists. Like,
Like, but I'm not surprised by any of that. I'm not surprised that you filmed a whole season and she said she was going to be vindicated. And shoot, when the crash initially happened, she's telling whomever, TMZ, oh, I was just sad or something. Like, I'm not surprised by any of the events that happen. Like, and that's the sad part.
yeah.
I am wondering though, I don't know, have there been any Thomas Jefferson sightings lately? Like, have we seen Thomas Jefferson in the last 60 years?
60 think it's been more than 60, maybe 160 years. I mean,
I'm trying to figure out, like, where has Thomas Jefferson been the past 60 years? Has he been,
Thomas Jefferson and his concubine. Like, do we know? Are people raising their hands and they're saying, "Ooh, I'm part of a concubine"?
like,
Like, it's the concubine for me. It's like, whoa, what are we talking about here? What are
yes.
we saying out of our mouths?
That one I was surprised at, because I was surprised by Thomas Jefferson's concubine, because Thomas Jefferson been dead for a very long time. Like,
Yes, yes.
in
What year was he president of the United States? Was that the founding fathers?
17 something, 18 something,
18,
1800.
let's say 1876. We don't know. Let's just make this up.
Not even.
1876. This 2024. Like
Yeah,
Thomas Jefferson been good for a good hundred, been dead for a good 100
that's what
years.
that's what I say. Have we had any sightings? Like, what is happening? How do we come up with that? That part
Yes,
was surprising.
yes. I
And she
was.
owns half, and the concubine owns half the nation. So
Yes,
that's
yes. So
that's why
she is
she,
rich beyond your richest imaginations.
right, richer than Elon
Yes,
Musk. Then I mean, I
yes.
don't know. Sorry, guys. I know some of you are gonna be like, "Oh my god, they're so mean," but that was
Listen, we could not talk about it. Okay, so I mean, listen. Oh, I personally, I mean, Robyn probably didn't give two shits. I personally was 100% praying for the best outcome for Karen. I, Karen is 60 something years old. Do I want to see a guilty verdict, which probably is attached to like some major penalties to her? No, but you can't do what she did and been in her state and walk away scot free. I mean, there's laws for
yeah,
a reason. I do feel bad for Ray. I feel bad for Raven. I feel bad for the whole family. Like,
yeah. I mean, I want to speak just like in general terms. I don't know why she, she would have even allowed it to get that far, knowing
yes,
that this is
you
what
mean to trial.
transpired. Yes.
You mean to trial. Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah. Knowing that's what transpired, I don't know why she would allow it to get that far. And I think, unfortunately, I'm not a judge. I'm not in the legal system, but the fact that you allowed it to get that far and had were denying it and trying to downplay it, that doesn't look favorable when it comes to like the sentencing of it all. I wish they had taken a different approach, for sure. But
Totally.
we also can't have this happen again. I mean, apparently this is her fourth time that she's right. Her fourth DUI, I believe I heard.
Yeah.
This can't happen again. It cannot. It can't.
For 100 million reasons,
Yeah.
for 100 million
And
reasons, it cannot
and
happen again.
so I say that to say, like, regardless of who she is, some people might say, oh, they're going to make an example out of her. No, this is not about making an example about anybody. Like, if you just take a regular person who nobody knows and this is their fourth time doing this, like, it's not about making examples. It's about making sure this person doesn't do this again and doesn't seriously hurt themselves or somebody else. I mean, thank God no one has ever been hurt in these situations, but um, eh, I don't know. I hope she gets a favorable outcome after being found guilty, and hopefully the sentencing is not too harsh on her. But I also am realistic, and I'm like, I don't know. I think just with
A
anyone,
part of me is like, who are your lawyers? But then we know her lawyer, and we're
yeah,
like, player, this was not a good move. Like,
yeah,
absolutely not. You do not go to trial when you have a video
yeah.
that damaging. You do not go to trial.
I mean, I'm
I don't.
curious.
I don't
Did the lawyers think that? I'm just wondering if there was like a battle between the lawyer and the client, where the client was like, "Oh no, I want to go to trial." Like, if they were absolutely like steadfast on going to trial, and the lawyer was like, "Okay, that's what you want," or if the lawyer thought like, "Yes, this is what we're going to do, and we're going to get you off." Like,
I
That
don't know.
I'm curious about, because if I'm the lawyer and my client is like steadfast on going to trial because they think they're innocent, I'm dropping you as a client. Like, I'm like, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't win this.
Yeah.
I can't, I don't want my name attached to this,
Yeah.
you know?
Because
Like,
her
so I'm,
lawyer's gonna have to live this down for a very long time.
yeah. And there's only so much he can really say publicly because of like
Yeah.
confidentiality reasons. So I'm just like, that's not a good look for any lawyer who allows their client to go to trial. But I'm just wondering if maybe there was a battle and the client was like, no, I'm going to trial because I'm going to win.
Yeah. Yeah. Woo.
And I know they tried to like throw stuff out on technicalities. So I guess when that didn't happen, were they like stuck?
You asking me like I know. I don't know. I don't
I
know. But if it were me, I would have taken any, if they offered me a plea, I'd have taken that thing. I'd have been so remorseful and so, I mean, I don't drink and drive, but I mean, I would have just, because if I did that, if that was my night, that would have been like a fluke, right? That would have
yeah,
been like something, I don't know what caused Jazelle to do that, but like that would have been like a straight up fluke. That would not have
right,
been like the norm.
right.
So I would take responsibility to whatever came with that
Yeah,
immediately.
yeah. But I feel like Karen was so hell bent on not being guilty, like of proving that she wasn't drinking and driving, which I'm just like, ooh, that
Yeah.
was, he should
And
have from the
and
jump just owned it and said, I
yeah,
slipped out, I made a really bad decision.
yeah. And I mean, lastly on this, listen, we're all in the public eye. We 100% know that sometimes that changes what we would do if we weren't, right? Like I
Yeah,
understand that kind of pressure to make some decisions that might not necessarily make any sense because we're in the public eye. However, um, this I feel like should just have gone differently. Just
yeah,
totally gone differently.
right. Yeah, I definitely think had she not been on the show and this was just regular person Karen who got, in an accident, that she wouldn't have fought it as much as she did. Like if
Yeah.
she, you know what I'm saying, because she's not worried about the public perception of being found guilty or being, driving drunk and crashing her car. Like she was motivated by the fact that she is a public figure on a television show. And I'm just like, that was the downfall. Like you can't let that cloud your judgment. And that really
No.
clouded her judgment. Like just trying to prove that she was,
Whew.
so blonde and innocent. I don't know. I don't. It's sad. So we'll see what happens. She has her sentencing coming up. Like I said, I don't wish anything horrible in anyone, but I don't think they're going to take it lightly.
No. No.
Yeah, not when it's like
So
it was your first, okay, but I don't know. And it's funny. I saw some people were like, oh, like why are we why is this being shown? Like why did they release the video? And I think it's important for people to know the video of Joe Blow being arrested. His body cam footage is available as well. So if you're interested in that, you can go find it. Like you can. So the fact that it's not like the police department intentionally said, let's release Karen Huger's body cam footage. It's available for everybody, but
yeah,
nobody cares about Joe Blow. So if you want to go watch all of the Joe Blows body
you
cam
can.
footage, then you can, and you can post it on your social media, and nobody will care. So like
Yeah.
that's the whole, that's the nature of the beast. Like all that footage is available for
It's
everyone
public.
and anyone who goes through, a trial like that. And Karen's was made public because she's a public figure. So I don't find offense that her stuff was released. It's not like they were particularly honing in on her. It's like, no, you're a public figure. So the blogs, the media sites, all of that, they went and did their digging and pulled that and released that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Not like,
and I think there was like a comparison to like Shannon Bedore. Like with Shannon, we saw what she did. It was part of somebody's ring camera.
yeah, yeah,
Like Yeah, so we saw her run into someone's house and all of that. So,
But Shannon
like,
also didn't go to trial. She also
yeah,
like, you
yeah,
know, like didn't she plead guilty, or she like she kind
totally.
of she owned
Yeah,
it right away. She pled guilty. So I guess when that happens, maybe there's no need for all of that because it was evident. Like the body cam footage was evidence.
yeah,
So when it's evidence in a public trial, I guess you have public evidence, and so there was no evidence for Shannon's trial because there was no trial. So
yeah.
it's like I said,
Whew.
I think it was very bad decision for her to even not take the plea deal. But
Yeah.
her
But
pride, her pride and being on this show like really got in the way, I guess. And maybe she's thinking when it happened, like, oh, we're about to start filming, because I think what happened in March, and you all started filming in what,
a
April or
couple
May?
weeks later. Yeah, a couple weeks
Yeah.
later.
And I think that just really just affected how she approached the situation, because she didn't want to be on a television show labeled, a drunk driver or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Enough of
Well, praying for Karen for sure. And the very small cinema movie of The Runaway Wig continues because it's not over. It
no.
continues.
And I heard it was like 30 minutes long. I didn't see the whole thing. I just saw the clips that people would post.
Yeah. But I mean, it's not over yet. Like, I mean, it's still going. I'm meaning like she has to be sentenced. We'll see what happens there.
Uh,
So it's like, woo, praying for the
yeah,
best.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So another person that I'm praying for, or two people, is actually Paige and Craig. How dare you break up? How
Oh,
dare you break up? What do you mean? Like I was all in. Okay, when they first got together, I'll be honest. I didn't realize they were together. Okay, so Paige is on Summer House. Craig is on Southern Charm,
charm.
right? So
Hmm.
these are Bravo people. They've been together. I did not know this, 3 years.
Yeah.
And when they got together, I was totally not invested. Like I could care less. I thought it was going to last 3 months.
Right.
And then as time went by, like you saw them together and they looked all cutesy and they're making videos together. And then we saw them at BravoCon and they looked all cute and it was cute personified. I mean, we
Yeah.
all knew he wasn't leaving South Carolina, she not leaving New York. But I was down for them, not that they care what Jazelle thinks, but I was
Right.
down for them getting married and living in separate states. I was down for that.
That wasn't going to happen.
I actually was like, if anyone can pull this off, they can.
Really?
And yes, they can pull it off. Yes, because it's the ideal situation. You want to live several states from your husband. Like, who doesn't want that? Like, everyone wants that. That's
I
like
feel like most people
heaven.
don't want that. No, you want that once
Robyn,
you're like, okay, once you're
it's
like,
heaven.
you have to find out that that's heaven. You don't want to start off living
Oh,
5
true,
states away from your husband. They don't know that. They don't know that. Okay?
true.
You,
But I see if I could talk to Paige, I would tell her, like, this is the perfect scenario. Like, you see him when you want to see him, not because you have to.
yes, I get
Yeah.
that. But if they want to have children,
Yes. Raise the
who,
kids in New York.
no.
Boom.
And she's like a part-time single mom and he just comes and visits and goes back and forth. No, that doesn't work. Not when they're like little. No, none of that works.
We could do 6 months on, 6 months off. I mean, they could make it work. If anybody could have made it work, I'm going to call Paige.
I
I
mean,
don't even have a phone.
how do we know
Hey.
that that's what drove them apart? Did they even
Oh,
say like the reason? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure,
no.
and I'm not really like up on their relationship if they discuss it on TV or whatever, so I don't know if there were issues. But
Yeah.
how do we know if that's what it was?
We don't know that. I just is my assumption. And I'm going
Maybe-
to let them know that, like, Paige, this is actually the perfect setup. Like, don't be mad that this man does not live in New York. Be happy, marry him, live your life. Perfection.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Go to South Carolina when you feel like it.
I
Boom.
that works for 52-year-old Giselle.
Yes.
That's not going to work for 30-year-old Paige.
Oh, but
Okay.
Paige to me seems very worldly. You know what I mean? She seems like she seems very European. This is probably a very European thing to do.
Is it?
Um, I don't know. That's my 2 cents, Paige. That's it.
Well, I can if that is the issue, the distance. If one wants to get married and the other one doesn't, we don't know. We don't know the reasons why these people.
Oh no, he made it clear. He wants to marry her and he wants kids.
Oh, okay. Oh, so he
Yeah.
wants to do that in South Carolina. Yeah, and she's not doing that.
Yeah. Okay. But I'm gonna fix this, guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to fix it. Don't worry. I'm gonna
All
fix
right,
it.
fix it because they are super cute together, and he's like I think I said this on the podcast. Like he's really handsome in person. Like I don't know when I see him in pictures, he doesn't like do anything for me, but in person, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's like really handsome. So
Yeah. He's a nice looking guy. You can tell she cleaned him up. You can tell, and I don't even know this, but you can tell she cleaned him up. You can tell he changed himself for the better for her
yeah,
and for himself, obviously. Yeah, we don't throw this in the trash can. We don't.
yeah.
I'm gonna fix it. Don't you worry. People.
Okay, okay.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
Oh,
before we log off,
yes.
I want to say I think I'm part of the Beehive.
Woo, woo, woo.
That Christmas performance was insane.
What?
Amazing. Did you watch it? I think
Did
it
I
was
watch it? Not only did I watch it, I watched it again and
me
again and again.
too.
It was perfection.
It was insane. And then I'm watching all these clips on Instagram, like the behind the scenes and
Yes.
oh my gosh, that shit was phenomenal. And I was so annoyed. So on Christmas Day, so typically on Christmas Day, we go out to dinner because a lot of our families like scattered. And so it's like really just like, me, my parents, maybe my brother, whomever goes out to dinner.
Okay. Love that.
And of course, Juan and the boys. But because the Ravens were playing that day, we couldn't go out to dinner.
Yes.
So that kind of sucked. So I had to host at my house, cook all types of food, have people over. Actually, a few more people ended up coming over. So I was in a house full of people and the performance is on and all they care about is the football game. The performance is on and they're like, people are like just talking to me the whole time and like interrupting. And I'm like, I can't like focus on it. I'm trying to watch it. And I'm like being distracted and I was so annoyed. And so when it's over, I was like, okay, that was nice. Whatever. Like I wasn't like, I was like, okay, that's great. There's another Beyonce performance. So then I'm like on Instagram and I'm seeing it being reposted and I'm like, oh wait, like this is amazing. Like she used that whole field almost.
Yes.
And like, the production and the choreography
What?
and the vocals and the wardrobe and
What?
all the people. It was so many people. And I didn't even know. So I didn't even notice Blue Ivy when I was watching. I didn't notice her until like the line dance part, Texas Hold'em. But Blue Ivy was up in there the whole time doing her thing.
Yes. Get it, Blue. Get it, Blue. My little niece. Get it, Blue.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
I'm like, okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry for ever hating on Beyonce. I'm sorry. I never hated on her. Let me just put it this way. I was always a Beyonce fan, right? I always appreciated her work. But I was like, some things I didn't love. And I spoke up about it.
But you now repent. You have to repent.
I repent. I was like, holy shit. Like,
Yes.
yeah. And
Yes.
I was just stuck on Instagram, just like watching all these videos of the performance from different angles.
The queen came through. Y'all better move out the way.
And you can watch it on Netflix. They just have the performance on Netflix. You can watch that again. Like it has its own little show.
Yes. So me and Cal, that's our girl, right?
Yeah.
Because y'all know me and Beyonce are actually the same person. So, me and Cal, that's our girl.
Yes.
After that performance, Cal texted me like, not now. Like we could not talk about it. Like we were too shook up to even discuss what we had just seen with our eyes. Like
Yeah.
it was just like we had to wait at least 48 hours to really even unpack everything we
To
saw.
absorb it.
Yes. Yes.
There's so many facets.
So I texted back. He was like, not now. And I texted back, bad to the bone. I was like, that bitch bad. Woo!
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, it was like that performance was like 30 years in the making in my mind. It was like no other performer can do what she did so perfect, like it was perfection,
Yeah.
unless you've been doing this for a very long time. So for me, it was like 30 years in the making. Like she's been doing her thing because she did it kind of like with her eyes closed. Like she did it with not even blinking twice. She was just like boom, 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 wipe my face, boom, boom, boom,
Right.
boom.
What?
Like, I mean, it was just like, wow.
Yes.
Then at the end, when we see little Niecy Poo, Blue Ivy, and she killed the little line dance,
Yes.
done. I was done. I was like, Niecy Poo showed up. I just felt like, you know, and this was it for me. When she was coming down, I know you saw this video, when she was coming down from the thing and she was like, yes. For me, that was like, she so appreciates this moment. She so appreciates the fact that she's in Houston. She sang that song first in Houston at halftime, Christmas Day. Like, I felt like that was such a moment for her that she appreciates. She's humbled by what she's doing. That is so rare to me. And I mean, mind you, I don't know this for sure, but that's what I took from her being so excited about her whole performance. And then at the end, she was just like celebrating herself. Like, that's a bad one right there. Can't nobody touch her. Y'all can try, but you can't at all, ever.
Yeah, I think she was celebrating not just like herself in the performance, but all of the people who like played a part in it too. And she was just like, knocked it out the park. I mean, it was amazing. It was so amazing. And I like, yes, I have so much respect for her. She is the best entertainer ever. Like, I mean, you know, I've already said I was never really a Michael Jackson fan. So I don't know. Do we need to debate?
No, there's no debate.
Who's the greatest performer of all time? Is it Beyonce? No. Is it Michael Jackson? Like, for me, it's hands down Beyonce.
Because Michael couldn't do what she just did. Michael couldn't do that.
Well, he never did what she did. But, I mean, of course, Beyonce came after Michael, and Michael set the bar. And, you know, of course, he's an inspiration and all of that. And, you know, but no, we never saw Michael do anything near that. I mean, he wasn't even a great singer. Like, she can sing, she can dance, she's a performer, she's just the greatest. And then she, you know, she seems to be incredibly humble, which is amazing as well. That was amazing.
Robyn is a beehive, people. Write it down. Christmas 2024, Robyn became a beehive.
Right.
Yes, I'm loving it.
I was transformed. But you know what's so crazy? Like, I heard there's like people who were hating on that performance that were like,
of course. Like, who's not hating on Beyonce? Like, stop it.
What? How do we poo-poo on that? How do we poo-poo on that?
People want to hate. People are haters. But the fact that people are hating lets her know she did everything she was supposed to do. And then some.
Yeah.
The end.
She
can't nobody do that.
They didn't just like plop a stage in the middle of the field and she just stood there and sang a few songs. Like,
no. She's crazy. Beyonce. What? She's Superwoman.
Crazy. Her team, she's Superwoman, but her team is phenomenal. And, you know, I know it's like a two-way street. I know she probably really holds them to high standards. She has, you know, visions and she has them execute her vision, but those people that help her execute her vision are top notch. Like,
but you can't not, like, meaning she's working her ass off. So you can't be a part of her team and not be as excellent as she is.
Yeah.
Like, that's the bare minimum. That's bare minimum.
Right. Oh,
It's kind of like what I say when, and this is a very small example, when like we film Potomac. Jazelle's on time. So if I'm on time, The cameraman better be on time. The producers better be on time. The audio better be on time. Let's go. Like,
Yeah.
if we all working together, let's work together in excellence.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And she
Yes.
brought her old dance captain back, Ashley. That was cute to see.
I don't know. Who is she? I don't know what she looks like.
Ashley, she's light skinned and she has like curly hair. But of course she had on one of those like blonde bob wigs. I'll send it to you to
Okay.
but she wasn't on the Renaissance tour, and a lot of like diehard Beyonce fans were like heartbroken over that because Ashley had been with her for a long, long time. Like she was always right next to Beyonce. She was the dance captain.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah,
so,
send me her.
Okay, so I'll send you that. She was actually in the opening sequence when they're like, "Hello, Beyonce." It was Ashley and B standing next to. You probably missed all of that. See, you're not even a true Beyhive. I saw all of that. I'll send it to you.
I was packing my clothes trying to go on my trip. Right. Listen.
All right. You're not a true Beyhive. I'm a bigger Beyhive than you.
Oh, Robyn has been a Beyhive for 2 minutes, and now she's bigger than me. That's fine. That's fine. All right, we are out of here, guys. We love y'all so much. Don't ever forget to live your life either reasonable or shady.
Or both. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching Reasonably Shady on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe.
Yes. And for all things Reasonably Shady, click below. More stuff.